When you get sick, you do three things. You take medicine, you stay in bed, you wait it out alone. Your ancestors had none of that medicine. No antibiotics, no painkillers, no prescription. And yet they survived for 300,000 years. Not just survived, they had something in their recovery that you don't. Something modern medicine has only started measuring in the last 20 years. And when they measured it, it outperformed several pharmaceutical drugs. So what did they actually do when someone got sick? Three approaches, each one stranger than the last. And the third one is the one you're already missing. First, they knew exactly which plant to reach for. Not guessing. 65,000 years of accumulated, tested, passed down knowledge. In 1960, archaeologists found a Neanderthal burial site in Iraq. The body was surrounded by pollen clusters from 8 plant species. 7 of those 8 are still used medicinally by humans today. Neanderthals were using plant medicine 60,000 years ago. Willow bark, the original aspirin, used across ancient Egypt, Greece, and China for at least 6,000 years. It contains salicin. Your body converts salicin into salicylic acid, the exact compound Bayer synthesized in 1897 and called aspirin. They had it 6,000 years before the pharmaceutical industry was born. Turmeric, documented in Ayurvedic medicine for 4,000 years as an anti-inflammatory. Modern clinical trials confirm curcumin reduces inflammatory markers in the blood. Garlic, ancient Egypt fed it to pyramid builders to prevent infection. Allicin, its active compound, is a proven antibacterial agent. Artemisia, Chinese healers used it for fever treatment 2,000 years ago. In 2015, the drug derived from it won the Nobel Prize in Medicine. Today, 1 in 4 modern pharmaceuticals traces directly back to plants they used first. They didn't have medicine, they were the origin of medicine. But plants were only part of what happened when someone fell ill. The second approach is the one that looks strangest to us today. When someone was sick, the shaman came. Drumming, chanting, smoke. The whole community gathered around the sick person. Modern medicine calls this superstition. Neuroscience calls it something else entirely. The placebo effect produces real, measurable biological change. In some trials, placebos produce a 30 to 40% improvement. Not imagined improvement, actual reduction in inflammation markers in the blood. Belief that you are being cared for changes what your immune system does. Ancient ritual created exactly that belief, deliberately, collectively, and at full intensity. The drumming lowered anxiety. The chanting synchronized breathing. The smoke many plants used were genuinely antimicrobial when burned. Sage, thyme, cedar, all produce compounds that kill airborne bacteria when burned. They weren't just performing comfort, they were engineering recovery. But even the ritual isn't the strangest part. So, plants that became pharmaceuticals, rituals that triggered real healing. You think you now understand ancient medicine. You don't, because the most powerful thing they did when someone got sick had nothing to do with any plant or ceremony at all. When someone fell ill, they did not go to a room alone. The tribe came to them. People sat beside them, touched them, talked to them, sang to them, continuously for as long as it took. This wasn't just kindness, it was also biology. In 2015, researcher Julianne Holt-Lunstad published a meta-analysis of 148 studies. She found that social isolation increases mortality risk by 26%. That's comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes every day. Every day. Loneliness is as lethal as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Not emotionally lethal, biologically lethal, measurably. Here is the mechanism. Loneliness activates your threat detection system. Your immune system shifts from fighting infection to preparing for injury. Inflammation rises, wound healing slows, viral resistance drops. Your body stops prioritizing recovery and starts preparing to be attacked. You are sick and alone, and your body treats that as two separate emergencies. Now reverse it. Social contact, physical presence, touch, familiar voices changes body chemistry. Your body shifts from threat mode into repair mode. Recovery accelerates measurably across surgery, infection, and cancer patients. Cancer patients with strong social support survive significantly longer, not because support changes the cancer, because it changes the body fighting it. Ancient humans never faced illness alone, not once in 300,000 years. The sick person was the center of community attention, surrounded, held, heard. We built hospitals, individual rooms, visiting hours, 2 to 4 p.m. We took the most powerful healing mechanism humans ever had and called it inefficient. For 300,000 years, your ancestors had no pharmaceutical drugs. They had plants that became pharmaceuticals, rituals that engineered belief and triggered real healing, and a community that surrounded the sick and literally kept them alive. Then we invented modern medicine. And it is extraordinary. It saves lives that nothing else could save. But somewhere in that invention, we decided sick people should face it alone, in a room with a prescription and a phone to scroll. Your body was designed to heal inside a community, not because it's comforting, because it's biological. The herbs were real. The ritual triggered real biology. But the community? That was the most powerful drug they had. And we're the first generation in human history to regularly get sick alone. We have more medicine than ever. And we've never been more alone when we need it most.